So while we was streaming the Future Game Show, which actually turned out to be a really good show, by the way, thank you to everyone who did turn up. It was a pretty awesome showing, and having you all there just made it all the sweeter. But during that, it seems Microsoft purposely, or maybe not, leaked a bit of information about the new Xbox UI, and it's got people in a bit of a stir, a bit of a frenzy, and now you've got all sorts of conspiracy theories going out there saying, no way is this the Xbox new UI, this isn't for consoles, obviously it's only going to be for Windows, but they've said that they wanted to unify the experience, so whether you're playing on PC or console, it would not be any different. What you see on PC will be exactly what you see on console. And so, with that in mind, this is probably on the right path to what it is. But keep in mind that the Xbox UI is probably still in alpha stroke beta. But I think that the new handheld that's arriving, the Asus partnered handheld, will probably be the first device to sport this new UI. And this can only be a good thing. But hey, let's have the drop and get into it. So, as you can see, Sony is definitely catering for their player base. You can wishlist their OnlyFans Model Simulator 2025. No, this is not a joke. They've realized that Pornhub is one of the most used features on their PS5. So, with that in mind, they've decided to properly deliver to their core audience. So if you are on PlayStation, enjoy. So here is the picture that actually got leaked, and Microsoft has since pulled this down because I guess they didn't want it going out there so soon, or maybe they just weren't really. Oh, honestly, I don't know. But as you can see here, the thing that's getting everyone up in a little bit of a frenzy, especially after the Destin interview with Phil Spencer, where he asked Phil, did is Steam confirmed, Steam confirmed for Xbox? And Phil giggled. On the back of that, now you've got this, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it as well. I mean, I'm sure you'll see it anyway. But you can see it says recently added, installed, owned, Game Pass, Steam. Now, obviously, these could be played. I mean, obviously, these are. You've got action adventure twice. So there's a bit of placeholder stuff going on there. But what's clear here is that Steam is already in mind. Now, people are saying, well, this is obviously for, the PC side of things, and this is a TV, so TV wouldn't really say Steam. Your Asus ROG would, your laptop would, maybe your mobile phone and your tablet would, but the TV wouldn't, right? And this is a TV app. So clearly, they're portraying here that a console is displaying what's on TV, or maybe just the TV through the app. Either way, if this is the new UI that they're going with for the Series X, I actually think this UI is going to be properly rolled out, towards the end of this year and maybe early next year for some stuff, and then unified with the next console. But it's interesting to see that this is finally happening, and it looks like Phil, though he's keeping his clutches close to his chest, it looks like that Steam integration is likely happening. Now, obviously, the big omissions here are the likes of GOG and Epic Game Store, but I believe they will, if Steam is going on there, I do believe that the rest of them will pretty much be on there too. It doesn't make any sense for them not to be. But as you can see here, from The Verge by Tom Warren, here's the Steam on Xbox evidence Microsoft didn't want you to see. Microsoft posted and removed a new Xbox UI image with Steam games listed. Microsoft revealed earlier this year that it's combining the best of Xbox and Windows together for handhelds, and now the company is starting to drop the first hints at what that UI might look like. It's a blog post about Xbox opening a billion doors. Microsoft briefly revealed a new Xbox UI that looks a lot more console-like across multiple devices and even appears to list Steam games. After briefly posting an image of the new Xbox UI across multiple devices, Microsoft quickly removed it once The Verge inquired about it. The image has a new Xbox UI that can be seen on a TV, where you can clearly see the Steam label listed. The same UI with the Steam mention is also shown on the tablet and handheld versions. So as we saw. And there's a picture here just basically showcasing what they're saying. It's right there. While the image appears to be a mock-up with own games listed twice as well as action-adventure titles, I don't think the Steam label here is necessarily a mistake. Sources familiar with Microsoft's plans tell me that the company is currently working on an Xbox app update that will show every game you have installed on your PC. That includes games from Steam and the Epic Games Store, and I understand Microsoft will label these games accordingly. I'm told Microsoft is still in the early stages of this app update, so the company might never ship the feature to list all your Steam games, but this mocked up image shows how they might show up eventually. Xbox chief Phil Spencer also has previously hinted that PC stores like Epic Games Store and itch.io could one day arrive on Xbox consoles. Microsoft has also been working on making the Xbox app the home of PC gaming, and listing Steam games on this app would certainly help. GOG has a similar system in place, so you can see games you own on PC across multiple launchers. He asked Microsoft for a comment, and that didn't arrive, but as you can see from here, this is actually really cool, and I think this is pretty much going to be... This is what Microsoft is looking to do. They are essentially trying to build a PC, an affordable mid-spec, I would guess, PC, that's going to be subsidized to hell and back, and they'll release that as a console, for the home entertainment. But if you don't want to go down that route, you can always use the TV app, you can use your laptop, you can use your Asus ROG, you can use your tablet, you can use your phone to play games that are supported through the cloud. But it's clear that Steam integration is something that they want to do. And with Steam integration comes Epic integration, comes other launchers as well. This just basically means that Xbox will finally get pretty much every game out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be built for Xbox as long as it works on the next Xbox. Or if this UI is coming to this hardware, to the Series S and X, I genuinely don't think that S will be counted in this, but especially the X at least has potential to play those PC games. I mean, it is essentially a customized PC anyway, right? It's running on DirectX 12U, which Windows supports naturally, and it's also running on Windows 10 as an operating system. The base operating system for Xbox is Windows 10 anyway, so they can easily just get this running and working if they really, really wanted to. And I assume that's where they're going, because the next Xbox that's going to land in 2026-27, whenever they choose to release it, that has to be a PC. It has to be. It won't be a traditional console. And by making it a PC, I mean, there was a statement that they said they're trying to make it as easy for developers to cater to their console, to develop for their console or their hardware as much as possible. And the easiest way to do this is to have basically a specification setting on PC that the next Xbox will run on, and give that to the actual developers and say, hey, I know you're going through these 4 settings, configurations on PC. Here's an extra one for you to add. That is the Xbox one. And that's it. And so all of these games, whether it's Wukong or whatever, will land on Xbox day and date, as long as it's available on PC. And so at that point, Xbox wins. If you're an Xbox gamer, you have everything, including PlayStation PC ports, because they will work on there, because it's essentially going to run off of Windows, and you can't really restrict Windows. That's not how it works. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops. I do believe that the themed Asus handheld that they're releasing this year will be when this is first pushed out. And I think that's going to be probably the first device that gets this update before it rolls out to everything else. But this is definitely where Microsoft is wanting to go. And the fact that, people, they kind of need this sort of thing in order to kind of give them the boost they really need. Whether this will now sell hardware for them is a different matter. It really depends how much access to Windows they're willing to give. But I think this is great. And the fact that apparently it's like a so-called leak rather than an actual leak, I think this was purposefully pushed out there. Microsoft hasn't had the greatest news over the past few weeks. It's kind of been really rocky for them with all the games going to PlayStation or announcements to PlayStation and so forth. So something like this is definitely, I think it was purposefully leaked to give a much needed buzz within the Xbox community. And I know there's going to be those that are going to downplay this and say it's definitely not for the Xbox consoles. And who knows, maybe it's not. But you can't say that, right? That's the point. You can't say it's definitely not for it. You can assume, you can make a guess that it's not for it, just like I can say it's probably for it. And the reality is, Microsoft, and in particular Phil Spencer, has been looking at this as something that he wants to do for a while now. And the conversation constantly comes up as, why would Steam do that? Well, for Steam, it's free money, right? It's money they wouldn't have got. Even if they compromised their 30% and gave some of that to Microsoft. Let's just say they went 50-50 with Microsoft. 15% to Steam, 15% to Microsoft for those third-party games that now are going to be PC. They're going to have the PC version that's going to work on the next generation console. That is still 15% that's, Valve wouldn't get if it wasn't on there. So as far as they're concerned, it's just more money for them without having to do anything. So this just makes more sense. From a business perspective, this makes good sense. So I genuinely do believe that Steam is going to land on Xbox, and this mock-up over here is not a mistake. I'm with Tom Warren on this one. This was purposefully pushed out there, deliberately leaked, to create the buzz that the Xbox community really needed to give them something to look forward to. And I think it's done the trick, because now I'm seeing a lot more people feeling a lot more enthusiastic, a lot more kind of, relaxed about the whole situation, because they know that Xbox is here to stay. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section below. What are your thoughts? Let's have that discussion, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this content, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. If you want to support me further, you can do that via that super thanks button underneath the video, or you can become a YouTube member where you can get content like this before anyone else. Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, remain legend. And thank you so much to everyone who turned out to my stream tonight. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. Peace out. I'm out.